Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. So in the Supreme Darkness set, we've gotten new support for Evil Heroes, for Speedroids, and now we have just gotten new support for the long-forgotten Arcana Force, the deck that Saiou, or Sartorius in the dub, famously used in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Now, we're going to go over the cards, and there are some really awesome references to Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. There's a lot of really cool visual references within these cards. The Arcana Force cards have always fascinated me because I believe Duel Links has, like, lines for every single standard, like, tarot card, which is obviously what these cards are based off of. So there's still a good amount that are missing, but it's really good that after all of these years, I really can't remember the last time we got new Arcana Force cards. We are getting some new ones. And before we get into it, he's got one of my favorite vocal deliveries any character has ever done in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster chant.
3本の柱が生贄となり23本目の究極のアルカナフォースエクストラザ・ライトルーラーが召喚される運命にひれ伏せ泣いて許しを今回
The intensity is absolutely ridiculous. Yes, this is Dio from JoJo. I probably didn't beat you to the joke. I'm sure it's already, littered throughout the comment section. But, man, this voice actor is just insane. And what I would do to hear him summon the new ace monster that we got in these 5 cards. We're starting with Arcana Force 5, the Hierophant, which is a level 4 light fairy monster. You can discard this card. For the rest of this turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effect when an Arcana Force monster is summoned to your field. If this card is summoned, you toss a coin. Heads, special summon one level 4 or lower Arcana Force monster from your deck with a different name from the monsters you control and in your graveyard. Tails, special summon one Arcana Force monster from your deck to your opponent's field. Yeah, for those of you that might not remember or don't know, the gimmick with these Arcana Force monsters is that they all have coin flip effects, which is why you really never see anyone playing them, because there is a decent bit of luck that is involved. But we are getting a pretty beefy one here. Arcana Force XIX. I think that's 29. I could look it up, but I'm not positive. I'm only guessing that because of the attack and defense points being 2,900. The Sun. You can only use the first effect once per turn. If a card that has a coin tossing effect is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. So in all likelihood, you can always special summon this card because all the Arcana Force monsters have a coin toss effect. And then the coin toss, if it's heads, set a spell that has a coin tossing effect from your deck. If it's tails, destroy all cards in the spell and trap zone. That could be pretty useful, but I imagine it would also destroy any cards you may have set. But the ones I want to get into, and by the way, I don't think there's any crazy references here with the Sun and with the Hierophant, is Arcana Force Extra, the Chaos Ruler. First of all, incredible name. Second of all, amazing design. This is just an incredible looking monster with the 3 dragon heads, the 3 green beams almost, and then of course the background of the card also looks really cool. Visually, the monster is a combination of the Light Ruler, the Dark Ruler, and the World, the 3 Arcana Force monsters that we actually saw Saiou use in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. And the background of this card, someone pointed this out to me, the background of this card's artwork basically references the Light of Destruction, who of course was the main villain of the Society of Light, and you could argue one of the main villains, if not the main villain, of the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! GX anime, very responsible for all the Yubel stuff in Season 3 as well. And of course, when they were in possession of Saiou's body, you would see the light emit off of Saiou, and I definitely can see the resemblance of the light emitting off of this monster. Very similar color scheme. This thing just looks absolutely sick. I like that there are you have the pitch black element of the monster. You also have the white color scheme, which of course references the light and the dark mixing to get this chaotic looking beast. It is so freaking awesome. Honestly, one of the coolest designed boss monsters that we've gotten in a very long time, that belongs or would have belonged to an anime character. Hey, let's have that Duel Links movie happen. Let's get Saiou evil again, and let's see him summon this monster, because you know his voice actor would just go crazy with it. In fact, we have a summon chant for it. Destiny has reached a brand new stage, a brand new world, the Apostle of Destruction and Demise. I special summon Arcana Force Extra, the Chaos Ruler. And I'm just picturing it with his, voice, with Dio's voice. It would feed families. But anyway, 3,300 attack. The materials are 3 Arcana Force monsters with different names. Must be special summoned from your extra deck by sending the above cards from either field to the graveyard. If this card is special summoned, toss a coin. Heads, special summon 1 level 10 Arcana Force monster from your hand or deck, ignoring its summon conditions. Very easy way to get the Light Ruler, the World, or the Dark Ruler onto the field. And if it's tails, you can add a card that has a coin tossing effect from your deck to your hand. Your opponent cannot activate monster effects on the field while Light Barrier is in the field zone. So pretty cool there. Then we're getting 2 spell cards. The first is the Wave of Light, and honestly, even this spell card looks absolutely crazy. Arcana Force, the Fiend, is in this card's artwork. The card's name is very similar to the Light of Destruction from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I'm sure the name is probably a reference to the Light of Destruction. I feel like the devil in the background of this card is almost like if the Light of Destruction took a form, that's what it would look like. And of course the Arcana Force monster is almost there symbolically to represent Saiou. And then you have the demon, right? The Light of Destruction controlling Saiou, controlling the Arcana Force monster. I'm sorry, man. This artwork, these artworks are just insane. They are so cool. During your standby phase, if you do not have a Light Barrier in your field zone, toss a coin, and if the result is tails, the next 2 effects are negated until your next standby phase. Fairy monsters you control gain 300 attack and defense. You can discard 1 card, add 2 Arcana Force monsters with different names from each other from your deck to your hand. You cannot special summon for the rest of this turn except Arcana Force monsters. So obviously, Light Barrier is the card that you really want in your field zone. The Chaos Ruler has a use for it. This new spell card has a use for it. The next and final spell that we're getting is Arcana Spread. You can only use either the first or second effect once per turn, and only once that turn. Toss a coin and apply this effect. If Light Barrier is in your field zone, you choose the effect instead. Heads, special summon a level 4 or lower Arcana Force monster from your deck. Tails, special summon a monster from your graveyard that has a coin tossing effect. You can banish this card from your grave, add 1 card from your graveyard to your hand that has a coin tossing effect. And again, every Arcana Force monster has a coin tossing effect, so you can really search any monster that you need. Really, really cool support here. It's awesome that we are finally getting more of the tarot cards actually turned into legitimate Arcana Force monsters. There still are a good amount that we are missing. I think we're missing High Priestess. I think Death is also one. There's definitely a few. But the 2 cards that I am absolutely in love with in terms of design, the Chaos Ruler and that spell, the Wave of Light. I feel like these are the 2 cards that are most closely tied to the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX anime, and so, of course, they're going to get some bonus points for me in that regard, but, man, even if you've never watched GX, I feel like these 2 designs are so freaking cool. Is it going to make Arcana Force good and viable? Probably not. I mean, I'm not the guy to tell you that. You guys probably know that at this point, but either way, listen, I give credit where credit's due, and credit is due. Huge props to them for making these cards look so cool. If there were any Yu-Gi-Oh! GX references I missed, please feel free to let me know down in the comments. Let me know your favorite new Arcana Force card in this wave. Supreme Darkness set continues to deliver in a big, big way. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys.